Hi Virgo, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Virgo is Jungfrun in Swedish, and I will use some Swedish words here and there to clarify the English because I am Swedish and I'm talking to some of my Swedish audience as well, as all you rest. Okay, I want to start off with just saying I have been talking a tiny bit, quite a bit, maybe a whole lot, about September and coming into Virgo season. And I just said it was going to be like a teaser, like a little preview of 2020. That's what I feel like the energy is in September. But feeling into it and having had a really profound shift myself, I feel like September is going to be so much more. And when you listen to this, we're probably around a week into September. And if you listen to this not on the day when I post the videos, but rather even later, then obviously you're going to feel what September has already brought for you. But literally on the 1st of September, I know I'm my own prophecy because I kept talking about it over and over again. And so of course that's going to manifest at some point. It just goes to show what important it is to just keep talking about something that you want to happen, and it will manifest. Really on the 1st of September, I had a profound shift, and I won't go deeper into it than that, but and I thought that, man, like this may just be for me. But then when I feel into the collective awakened, I should say. And when I mean the collective awakened, it sounds so, I don't know. I just mean the energy around people who are aware of their own thoughts, who are aware that what words they use, what actions they use, and actually take responsibility for what they create in their own life. That is awakened to me. That doesn't necessarily mean that you are spiritually working, like in the sense that we call like it's spiritual work. You can still be an accountant and you're still spiritual in human clothes, but that's different. Or not. It's like quite the same, but I mean, it's not like you're a healer. You don't have to be that to be awakened. You can still be a normal person, but it seems like the most part has chosen some sort of more spiritual, what we think of when we say spiritual path, being awakened. And then 80%, I'd say, did I say that? 20% feels like they're awakened more into the light. And 80% still feel like they're quite asleep, heavy asleep, don't want to know, don't want to be held accountable for what they're creating, what they're saying. It's never their fault, stuff like that. And I mean, I was there recently, so I'm not blaming anybody. Anybody? That's a mix of anyone and anybody, just so you know. That's my next, that's the next step for human race. Anybody. That's so interesting. I should almost move the camera, because right now there's like a shift that's like it's light and it's dark and it's light and it's dark. It's very funny how the sky looks right now with the clouds. Anyway, yes, I feel like when I feel into the collective, there is not only for me, there is a huge shift happening right now. And it's like now is the time to choose. Now is the time to choose what you want to keep in your life and what you want to get rid of in your life. And I mean get rid of. Try to be as disrespectful to the energy around something that you possibly can. Meaning, if it doesn't serve you, if you don't want it there anymore, if you don't want to feel like this is just going to keep coming back, and the thing that you feel keeps coming back is something that you don't want, don't pay attention to it. Don't focus on it. Don't talk to your friends about it. Don't start a Facebook group about it. Say this is wrong. This is, because it will only put more fire to the fire. It will only expand even further. And it has no longer a ground. If it doesn't serve you anymore moving forward in your awake state life, awakened state life, bygones. And I feel like that it might come back a tiny bit. It might feel like the echoes just keep coming back, and for you to only pay it forward then, not pay it forward, but but just let it move past you. Like, you don't care. Just come here, and it doesn't, you don't, it's like you're in traffic and you're sitting in traffic and you're driving your car, and you meet other cars, and you sort of don't, you see them, but they pass you, and you don't like instantly go for every car. Like, was that red? What year was that? What model? What did they have any? Was if you treat people, situations, thoughts as passing cars, don't deal with them. Don't analyze them. Don't go into it. Like, don't, if it's not a game, it's a fun game to say, what was that? Was that a red car? I had a red color, so that was that was 2 in my list, and now I'm in the lead. Okay, you get the picture. You choose whatever you want to choose right now. That should stay, and that's the fun part, because I feel like gorgeous, life-shifting, life-changing things will happen this month as a preview of 2020, where ever so much more is going to continue to shift. And the reason I can be so like, why should you believe me? And first of all, I always say, don't believe me. Listen to what I have to say, but then try it out for yourself. How does that resonate with you? If it don't, treat me like a passing car. I mean that seriously. But if you listen to me for a brief moment here, the reason, not if you don't believe that I can feel into the collective, the reason should be that you could just switch on the news. You can just look out into the world, and the majority of the world is they're pretty worried right now. They think that the world is getting worse and it's getting darker, and things are happening in the world that sort of hasn't happened in a really long time. There's talks about war, and talks about, like, just on and on and on. For every dark thought, there's a light thought counter, like, it shows up in the second the dark thought is there, the light thought is on the other end. The second there's a lackful thought, there's an abundant thought. Like those doesn't, like, that's metaphysics. Look into it if you don't know this by now. There couldn't be a question without an answer within the same energy field. It just can't. So the darker it gets, the lighter it gets. But now, where do you put your focus, right? Okay. So with this September month, I feel for Virgos that it's just the beginning stage. It's really just the beginning stage, and it's a life-shifting, life-changing month happening. And it might not be that the life shift happen in September, but there's an introduction to it. There's an idea, there's an invitation, there's an opening, something happens that will be the kickoff into the ever-changing thing that is going to just bloom into whatever. And you don't necessarily want a life-changing thing overnight. You want to follow the progress, and if it's something that you truly want, then it's just a gorgeous story to follow, a gorgeous process to follow, and that you want. Okay, Virgo, let's see what specifically is going on for you for this upcoming week in this beautiful energy and month of September. I just love it. Okay, and I do 3 cards. That gives me a story. I look at them at the same time, and it gives me, for some reason I feel the need to say this every time. It gives me the overview, it gives me a story straight up. And I want to show you this. First up is the basic energy for the week, which is memories, cherish memories of loved ones. And then we have children. And then we have the owl. Follow your intuition. Okay, so what's going on here? Give me a second. Yeah, so it's definitely around a family situation. Whoever this is for a family situation. And I feel like there's two connections here. Just bear with me for yet another moment. Virgos. I feel like there's a very mixed bag. Like I'm connecting to some Virgos that I feel like she's sitting there thinking about like that's like reminiscing. That's like being nostalgic. That's sort of thinking about things in the past. But when I look at this card, I resonate more with you thinking about your family. You're thinking about your like family life situation, your living situation, your private life, like how everything ties in with your family around it. And I feel like you are in a gorgeous place. You're just sort of in love with your partner, in love with your family, in love with life, feeling like it's just beautiful. It's really going really well for you. And it's just a blissful place that you're in right now. And then we have the opposite. We have the Virgos that I'm connecting with that is longing for that, for exactly what I said. They're longing for that partner. I feel like maybe you do actually have a partner, but you're longing for the family. It's just a focus on the family life. The focus is on having that unity and feeling more like a group, feeling more like a community rather than just a couple. You just really want that family for yourself, and you've been longing for it. You've been wanting it for quite some time. So let's see where this story goes with the two different scenarios here. It's almost like I'm talking to the singles and the committed, but here I'm talking to the one who's already in the family situation and loves it, and you who wants it. And so the second card out with the children, I feel like for you guys who feel like your family life is already beautiful and like you already have what you truly want, I feel like some of you guys can be a true powerhouse with your partner, and like the parents, you as a parent and the other parent become very strong at times. Like the partnership between you guys, you become very strong at times. And so, and I take that as the tiger, like it's such a powerhouse. The tiger is such a power in the energy. And the kid sometimes feel a bit left out. So just is not huge, it's not big, and they love to see their parents in love. They love to see their parents in love. It couldn't be a better preparation for life than to have two parents loving each other. How rare is that? It feels like. Just mom and dad really loving each other, or mom and mom or dad or dad. I'm not, don't send emails. Yes, just include them sometimes. Include them and see that they're as powerful as you feel at times, okay? And then for the other who wants this family, it just shows what power is behind this whole circus. The power behind this whole forward movement, forward momentum. It's such it's so coming, and the kid is just resting next to this powerhouse, and it's just sort of waiting to come through, which means that some of you guys are going to get pregnant. Yay! Okay, I'm going to continue this reading into the extended because I'm right on time there. And if you don't want to follow me there, then thank you so much for watching. I also want to take the time and say thank you for your donations. I see names, but I don't know what sign you are. So just thank you, thank you, thank you. It blesses me out when I get them. They can be as tiny as a tiny donation can be, and it still blesses me out. I just love it. And if you haven't seen even that you can donate to this channel, there's a donation link right below in the description box. So thank you so much. I just love it. Yes, if you do want to, then come to me down to the extended. Otherwise, I hope to see you back next week. Take care. Bye.